Do 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 do, dummy. Da da da, dummy. All right, we'll get that off. All right, we good there, young man? To go live? You hearing me out there? We good? Show's good. All right, let me turn down some things. We're back. Attitude for Gratitude weekly podcast is back live with the first Free for All Friday, the official Free for All Friday. This will be the one that tells us if it's work. Did it get quiet? Yeah. Turn it up. All right, it's coming. There we go. I'm playing some music out there. Like, here we go. Let me show you guys what we got going on out here. Out there, we got a mic and a speaker, and we're gonna just incorporate a whole bunch of new things coming up. And we're gonna need your feedback out there in the listening land. So, got a lot of new things we're gonna be trying here, and hoping everyone's on board with it. More so, just hoping we get good feedback because you know what it is. Like, we recover together, we recover out loud. We don't gatekeep this stuff. I'm down here at 4026 North Washington Avenue over in Minneapolis at Will Work for Recovery. Been doing the show here for over a year now. We did at 2218 prior to this. We do this recovery thing over here every day of the week. We've got 7 p.m. meetings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We do a walk and talk at 7 o'clock. Sundays, we got early morning meetings every day. We got some structured meetings at 6:30 a.m. On Wednesdays, we've got men's meetings and women's meetings. We got good fellowship going on. There's a lot of stuff happening at Will Work for Recovery. Springtime's coming, and we've got a lot of events coming up. We do that Frank and Teddy here pretty soon. I'll have some hard dates for a lot of this stuff. It's not for about a month at least or so. We got a lot of different events happening. We got this chili cook-off Saturday, March 15th. A good friend gave it to me to talk about. There's a cribbage tournament, silent progressive auction, raffles. First Presbyterian Church, 535 20th Avenue North, South St. Paul. North, South St. Paul. That's a weird one. So anything that's happening out there that you guys want me to share about, any meetings that you want us to talk about, or that you really think is a good meeting, put it in the comment section. We do this thing together. I'd have never found out about Will Work for Recovery if someone didn't share it with me. And my whole recovery changed when I found this place. So that's what I mean when I say we don't gatekeep this stuff. We share about it. There's just a lot of stuff going on in the recovery community with summer around the corner. There's so many different events, like Ride for Recovery will be coming up, and all sorts of annual picnics for all the different clubs. You're going to hear me talk about a lot of different places tonight, especially with a lot of newcomers coming in here. But, I already brought up 2218, and I talk about Fridley, Alleno quite a bit. I talk about New Hope, Alleno quite a bit. Where I went to is a place called New Way, and we all know what's going on with that place. There's a lot of hubbub happening, but I steer clear of it. What I can tell you is I found some good recovery there. I had a counselor there who helped me with some stuff about 8 years ago, and it worked for me, but I really wanted it. I also went to a place called Fairview Riverside. It was an inpatient joint, and that worked for me as well. But again, I really wanted it. I wanted to hear what they had to say because I just couldn't do it alone or figure it out on my own. The other thing too, I share about places like Serenity Village and Eagle Brook, and we talk a lot about different faith-based places. But that all comes from what people came on the show and talked about and how they found their recovery. So no difference when I'm sharing about it. I don't know if gatekeep it's the right word, but I don't hide none of it. Just because I'm doing this podcast out of a place called Will Work for Recovery doesn't mean that's the only thing I talk about. And Paul and Carolyn were on here a couple weeks ago. The exact same thing. We talk about this recovery community. Minnesota, if you know about Minnesota, you all do. Like the land of 10,000 recovery spots or meetings. You can't go more than 5 miles without finding a meeting every day of the week. So if you have any issues trying to find meetings or what you're trying to look for, like, I'm not sure what avenue you're listening to this show on or how you found this show, but there's multiple different platforms that you can find this show through. And definitely like get out there and check out some of these places you're hearing us talk about. You can dive down into the whole the podcast streaming stuff. Like you're watching us, I think, either on my own Facebook page or We'll Work for Recovery's Facebook page or one of the YouTube pages. Everything okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Basically, oh no, I was giving someone peace to someone. Now get out of here. Get out of here. No, I'm joking. I'll holler for you though. Seriously, I got the 3 that have a curfew coming on. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you. Same with you, Mike. You'll be coming on in a little bit. That's the thing. This Free for All Friday, you guys know my take on it. I support it. I want everyone to come on here. Everyone has a voice. That goes for anyone out there in listening land. Come down, check it out. Come get on the show. If you're out there listening and you're struggling, reach out. Like, you don't, my number's scrolling across the bottom, but there's multiple different places. You've already heard me talk about 9 different places to find some recovery. So find some recovery. Hop on, like go check out some of these places. I brought up New Hope, Alano. I brought up Fridley, Alano, Serenity Village. I brought up 2218. I mean, I've been already out like 10 minutes and I've already talked about a dozen different places. Just go out there and find some of this stuff. It's out there for the taking. If you got $1, you throw it in the basket, get a cup of coffee, sit down and listen. Changed my life. It can change yours too. Basically, like, get after it. If you are out there struggling, if you're dealing with mental health, if you're not sure which way to turn or what to do, call Intergroup, get to the doctor. There's multiple different things to do, but we understand like mental health's a real thing. We don't shy away at it and we don't act like it's not a thing. It is. You'll hear multiple people come on here and talk about different places that they found some recovery or a solution. My story looks like that. I found a solution in these rooms. And it's out there for anyone to take. You know what I mean? So basically, check it out. Come on down. All right. There's a few things, though, before I start having people come in here, I was supposed to bring up and talk about. And it's a tricky one. I was told that I need to be careful about my verbiage and certain things that I talk about and the way I say them. I guess one thing I need to say is like, I'm not here. No, you guys get in here. Come on, get in here. I don't mean to offend anyone. My goal is not out here to offend anybody with the words I say. I was given a whole list of words by the state of certain things not to say. Like, when I say that, we're clean, I guess that implies that we were once dirty. And it's a visual they don't want me putting out there. There's a lot of different things that I've learned in this last week about what I'm able to, not what I'm able to say, because honestly, I can say whatever I want to say. It's my podcast and it's my show, and I talk about my recovery. And just like when I was out there using, I didn't like cut up dope and I don't like cut up recovery. So it kind of goes hand in hand with that. Basically, what I'll say is like, I'll try to respect people's wishes on certain verbiage and what I say. And if I offend, it's not my goal. And if you're offended by what I say, I'm sorry for you. And I'm sorry for that too. I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. We're out here to recovery. If anyone knows me, I shared about this a while ago. The job I came from prior to the one I'm at now, the guy who owns the company told me that I was being a little too jovial on the job site. And I had to look it up to find out if I should be offended or not. And it just meant that I'm too happy and too filled with jokes and this, that, and the third, because that's what I'm about. So if you feel I'm offending, it's not my goal. I'm probably trying to be funny and not doing a good job at it. So with that, again, I apologize if I'm hurting anyone's feelings. That's not the goal. If you guys have some other words I should be using, let me know, and I'll do my best not to. You know what? You're right, John. I will. You know what? Throughout, when I've got other people sharing tonight, I will try. I'm not the best technologically advanced fella who runs a podcast show, and Will is getting more involved with this, the new producer, and I will get this posted. I'll pull it up and I'll put the link on there, and it's a whole what is it? The inclusivity, that whole thing. So I will try to get it out there, but otherwise, John, I will directly send it to you. Give you a good chuckle. Okay, let's get after it. I've got a couple guests in the room already, and welcome to the show, ladies and peoples and everyone who's here. Who are you?
I'm Alicia.
Alicia, try to get as close as you can to that mic. And who are you?
I'm Erica.
Erica and Alicia. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
You've been, both of you, I know have been to Will Work for Recovery, correct?
Mhm.
How long ago did you hear about this place? Let's go.
I just got to the sober home like 90 days ago, and I've been searching and searching for a meeting, and everything's been closed. And then I found this one, and we came about a month and a half ago, I think.
Yeah, you showed me the link. You're like, we should check this place out.
How'd
And
I
did you,
just Googled like NA meetings near me, like
Mhm.
because I needed to get to one I could walk to or take a bus to. And the first one I called was not there anymore. They closed down. And then this was the second one. And so I thought, fuck it, let's just try it.
nice. So you told, you came with her and someone else who got scared not to come in, correct?
yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Shout
You knew,
out to Tina.
Tina, you knew if she came in here, I was going to make her talk, right? All right. I wasn't sure. I tried winking that first time, but then I was like, nah, it ain't gonna work. So she's like, all right, let's go check out Will Work for Recovery. This question always is one. This is my first official Free For All Friday. So welcome,
Okay.
my first two official Free For All guests.
Thank you.
Um,
Honored.
yes, thank you. Did you guys hear a little crackling in your ears?
Mhm.
Audience, are you guys hearing? Is it a good? You guys have good audio out there, John or Jason or whoever's listening? Let me know if you guys are hearing crackling. I think it's just in studio. I'll try to fiddle with it, but it is irritating. So bear with it. I'm sorry. What was your first thought when you came in? That first time you walked into Will Work for Recovery? Remember what it was like? What was it? Explain it to our guest.
Yeah, so the first time I walked in, I was like, check out the vibe at this place. This is different than any other AA or NA meetings I had been to. I really liked the decorations that are hanging from the ceiling and all the comfy couches. I think that, and all the pretty rugs, like that makes it super inviting. And also, we came in for the first time on a Tuesday night. So we came in for a Wellbriety meeting, and
Okay.
they have the lights like nice down low when you come in. And just the vibe that it gave was like, I want to be here.
Is the
Like,
Wellbriety meeting, was that more, it was a native based meeting, right?
Mhm.
Did they burn sage at the beginning?
They did, yes.
I'm acting like I wasn't there. I was there. I know I was. I'm going to ask you guys some questions that you know
Sure.
I know the answers to.
Yeah.
We have a lot of listeners that haven't been in these rooms of recovery. They don't know what
Mhm.
recovery is. They don't know what it looks like walking in them doors.
Sure.
So I might ask questions. Just bear with me. You have a lot to offer. We all have a voice, and our voice is valid. So I know his name because I remember it. It's easy, and I'll get to you in a sec. What was your vibe when you first walked in? Do you remember it?
I do. I've always done online meetings just because it's easy. You don't have to like see people. You can pass, So when I walked in, I was expecting it to be sitting in a circle, the coffee table type, going around the circle. And I walked in and I was like, I think we're in the wrong place. Like, there's no way that this is an NA meeting. Like, and if it is, like, what the hell? And I was like, is that sage? Like, are they burning sage? I loved it. I loved that we got to smudge. Like, I went running over and jumped on the beanbag chair, and like, we've came to every meeting since.
Mhm.
So smudging, and I always have Jim. Sorry about the crackling. That is only in studio. They don't hear it out there in the World Wide Web. Someone made fun of me for saying the World Wide Web, but it's only in studio here. But I forgive me if I don't explain this properly, but smudging is to get the evil spirits off you, or just
Right.
to
So they burn
Come on.
sage, and sage is known to be a cleansing herb. And so when you burn sage at the beginning of the meeting, they pass around a little shell with some burning sage, and you can take your hand and fan your body, pass the shell around your body. Also, a lot of people will sage their hair, and just to start off as a way to cleanse the energy around you and within you before starting this meeting.
So it's my mic in studio here, everyone. Sorry about that. I'll just have to mute it and
Of
unmute it.
course.
So, and I'm the most important. Let my ego speak. So, young man, who are you?
My name's Tim. I'm an addict.
Hi, Tim.
And I'm pretty new to the community. I love this meeting though, although it's much larger than I'm used to. But it's a great community. I'm just kind of right now checking out a bunch of different meetings.
So did I throw you on the spot by bringing you in here?
Yes,
In a
you
way.
did.
So is this your second? How many times have you been to Woolwork?
Well, I've been to Willwork probably 15 times now.
Oh, wow.
This is kind of the meeting I go to, and I come to the Monday one as well.
Do you remember the first time you came in?
Definitely do.
Explain that experience for us.
Well, that was the first time I came to, really, it was the first meeting I've ever been to. So my first meeting, there was probably 90 people there. And it was actually on a Friday. So we were pulling the card. And well, the funny thing is the first time I ever came to the meeting, my card got pulled and I'd never talked in front of a group of people in a, AA meeting. So I kind of blacked out and accidentally said I'd been sober for like 20 years. And I meant well, I somehow said 2001. I meant to say I was sober since 2021. And but yeah, it's a great community here, and it's a lot different than any other meeting I've ever been to.
Mhm.
So, geez, that's so frustrating. I'm sorry. You guys, it'll be fixed next time.
It's okay.
So, like, how would you explain this to someone who's never been here? If you're like, hey, let's go check this meeting out. They're like, what's it like? How would you explain it to them?
Oh, I don't know.
You came either on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday for your
Yep.
first meeting.
My Friday. Yep.
Friday, because Tuesdays and Thursday are smaller audiences. So that first meeting, like, yeah, just break it down for someone.
It's just going to be a part of something where it's different than any other meeting that's out there. And it's something you can be a part of. They're very welcoming. I've got several friends that since I've started coming here, and then they come every Friday with me. But it's something that's very inclusive, and being around like-minded people that are all trying to kind of do the same thing, got the same goal.
So, like, I usually will try to talk to someone ahead of time, be like, hey, is there anything you don't want me bringing up? Like, I don't know much about any of
No
you
shame.
guys. So if I ask you a question you're not comfortable about talking about, just say like, we'll talk later, or
Pass.
like pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like grass, we'll pass. So you shared some about like the journey you have to make getting
Yeah,
here to
yeah.
driving there. Like, talk to me about how your life has changed since you've been in recovery on those fronts, like with having children, whatever you're comfortable sharing with.
Yeah. I mean, as everybody's is, it's pretty much a long story for me. My sobriety started with my incarceration. And I was so broken by the time that, my incarceration came, like, the relationship with my kids. I had a very successful career that when I went through a divorce, like I just threw everything away, financial stability, my family. And so I started my sobriety in prison, and but it just started with trying to have different beliefs, thoughts in my head, and then that led to different actions. So when I got out, I was a little bit, kind of torn, because I felt like some of my sobriety wasn't authentic because it was forced in a way, which I needed. I don't think I would have ever got clean, but slowly, with being patient in prison for years and then getting out, it would have taken more work for me to relapse or go around the same people that were with me when I was broken, that I just kind of kept sticking to the same thing that I'd been doing. And it got easier as I went, and I built a relationship with my kids.
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier with
That's
where things
great.
are going.
Oh, wrong button. You guys hear anything?
I can.
Okay. All right. It was
I can
supposed to
hear
be
you.
audio or not. Forget it. So, and I know, like, and this is the one where I'm honestly, the way the Free Pro Fridays go is like, I'm not supposed to get us into real in-depth questions. That's on me. I got this
Oops.
mindset of I want to hear
Yeah,
your story.
Yeah.
I do. But this is warming you up for when you will come back and be a full-time guest one of my other Fridays. Will you, Tim?
I'll definitely come back.
There you go. So I'm holding you accountable on air. So basically, like, you've got the gifts of recovery starting to come back in your life already. Your kids back in your life.
Yeah,
You have these
yep.
responsibilities.
Very blessed.
So, name of the show is Attitude for Gratitude. Tell me
Hey.
about your gratitude today.
I have gratitude, and I'm grateful for second chances. You know what I mean? And just,
Amen.
waking up for another day. I have gratitude for the support that I have now, and seeing my other friends who struggled so much and are now, living a life where they got hope. And I mean, I kind of think of gratitude and gratefulness is the same thing. I hope it is, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
All right. Last question. If you had any superpower, what would it be?
Time travel.
Nice. All right. Now you have one last job. The girl with the glasses on, you got to grab her and tell her she's next. Go out there. And
It's
grab
your
her.
turn.
Yep. Yep.
Tina.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a
Thanks,
lot,
brother.
buddy.
I appreciate you, man.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
All right. So back to you. How would you explain this place to somebody who says, "Hey, I've never been here. What's it like?"
We actually just brought you guys up in treatment because we had a couple of new people in group. I go to IOP and they were like, "Oh, we have to go to a meeting, but we don't want to. It's so boring. We have to do 2 a week in order for our housing." And I was like, "You guys have to try it, Lord. Like, you guys, I love it because there's so many different days. And every day it's a different meeting. Like Tuesday's Well Variety, you guys have a woman's, a men's, like today's the ticket. The vibe is so different every day. Like you can come here 7 days a week and get a different meeting every time you come.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's like never the same.
And if you're willing to hear something, you can hear some stuff from some people sharing, right? Like it's how you come in here with an open mind type.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you've changed my life. Like there was something you said that I live by every day. And
Oh, me?
yeah, it's now our motto in group every day.
You want to talk
I
about
think I know what
ego?
it is.
Well, no, it is. And
My ego through the roof. What did I say? What did I say?
in order to maintain sobriety, you need to be, we're talking about patience. In order to maintain sobriety, you need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I freeze at any chance of being uncomfortable. I run to the back of the room. Since then, like my relationships have been so better. Like I went to my families and I thought of you again. And I was like, this is my chance to finally open up, make amends. And I did it. I was uncomfortable. I did it. And it was the best feeling in the world.
Nice.
And like now that's our new thing in group when we open up.
I'll tell you this, like anything like that's, I've heard that hundreds of times from others. So I don't get to take that credit. I just heard it from someone and repeated it because for myself, it was no different. I had to get comfortable with, I was comfortable walking into the trap house around a bunch of people I didn't know and do some drugs. I'm not sure what I was putting in my body, but I walk into these rooms all of a sudden nervous.
Right.
Like I had to change that. Who are you? Get close to that mic. Tell us your name.
I'm Tina.
Tina,
Hi,
welcome to the
Tina.
show.
Thank you.
Hello.
They got you in here. I won't make you talk. How long you been in recovery?
My sober day is 12/10/24.
Nice. What was your first experience like here? What was it like? Explain this place to the audience. Your first time walking in.
It's a very welcoming place. My first night here was on a Tuesday night for Well Friday, and I was like, "Yo, this place to go!" Like, this is like my home group now.
Nice,
It's amazing here.
nice. So, and like I told you, would you be willing to come back on as a full guest for the whole show with your girls?
Of course.
Would you be willing to come back on as a full-time guest for one of our whole shows?
Sure. Absolutely.
Like I'm twisting your arms. Is it really that bad?
No, it isn't. You're the
it's
shit.
Chill vibe and like dream and inspire. I don't know. I like my little things. Hang on. So the audience has never seen my back wall. Oh, it's just blurry though because they're so bright. Whatever.
It's like time to get swifty, you know, but a sober swifty.
Talk about my boy Ricky here. It's my boy Ricky, Mr. Sanchez. All right. So what's been the biggest hurdle in your recovery so far?
Ooh, the biggest hurdle in my recovery, probably any form of procrastination. And I think that's probably something that a lot of people struggle with. But
How are you combating it?
by holding myself accountable, by communicating with people that, oh, I need to have this done, or I need to do this. And that way I have people that can speak to me and be like, hey, did you work on that? Hey, did you do what you were supposed to be doing? Are you supposed to be doing that?
Right. Holding you accountable.
Yeah. Yep.
So I know you guys haven't been in for years, but how do you show up for someone who's struggling? One of your girls comes out like, I'm really having a tough day. What do you do?
Affirmation is super important. So letting people know that.
What's affirmation?
Affirmation means being validated, which means basically making sure that person is feeling seen and heard and listened to, and letting them know that they are not alone. And so anytime someone reaches out to me, that's going to be the first thing I do is be like, how are you doing? And where are you at? And let them say what they need to say, and whatever they're feeling, good or bad, like it's okay to feel whatever it is you're feeling. You feel like relapsing, it's okay to feel that way. And there's things that we can do to combat the action of relapse.
The name of the show is Attitude for Gratitude. Tell me about your gratitude.
I have so much gratitude. Gratitude is probably what changed my life. And it's so easy to find the negative things. It's so easy to focus on those. And so when you can flip that mindset into finding something to be grateful for in every little situation, that's really what changed my mindset. So it's so easy. Like the thing that I always jump to when I used to teach driving lessons to teenagers for 4 years, which I love doing, is I would pick these kids up in my little driving student driver's car with the foot brake on the passenger side. And these kids would come out of nicer houses than I ever grew up in. Or I'd be like, they'd tell me, yeah, my parents are getting me a Tesla. Like some of these kids, they get, good for them. That's great. Okay. Get a Tesla for your first car. Congratulations. It's marvelous for you. Okay. Love that for you. But, at the end of the day, I come home and sometimes feel so bitter about that because we're out here working hard on our sobriety, our recovery, trying to, maintain a job. And then you see these other people in different circumstances. And so it's so easy to get to that comparison thing. And so when I could flip it around and be like, well, I have a car that works. I have a car with 4 tires. I have a roof over my head, and always having someone to share that gratitude with. So whether that's a friend or family member. And for me, that's my mom. She's good at playing devil's advocate. So I can call her up and be like, this is how I'm feeling today. And I need a pep talk, and I need to focus on gratitude. And so she's real good at just she's got this big list of things reminding me of what I can be grateful for. And that mindset is what makes a big difference.
That's what it's about. Hold tight before I kick you out. Name of the show is Attitude for Gratitude. What's your gratitude look like?
I am very grateful for this place and for my people.
All right. And I'm going to yell at you guys to get closer to mics when you talk. You hear how loud I am coming through that? And then you guys aren't loud.
Yeah.
I know we didn't talk much, but you're going to come back on and be a full-time guest.
Of course.
You are.
So
Tina.
what's your gratitude look like?
My gratitude is just being able to have my group of girls to go to and fall back on. Even on my, good days, I always thank them for the good that comes with all the bad, and appreciating the time that we're all here for each other and through each other's recoveries. Yes.
That's what
Of
this is
course.
about. So last question before I can start kicking you guys out. If you had any superpower, what would it be?
It would be to get everyone that isn't getting help to get help.
That's a good one. Mine was flying, but all right.
Well, faith can do what chains can't do.
Look at the
Chill.
I need you back on
Whoa.
the show. I need you back on the show.
Amen.
Straight up. Look at we'll grab the dude with the purple headband coming.
All right.
He's next. Superpower. What is it?
My girl is Harley Quinn. So
Oh, what? Wait, what's her superpower? Just being a bad bitch?
yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Badass.
Yes. All right, go grab someone out there, dude with the black hat on backwards. What is your superpower?
If I could have a superpower, it would be to be a fly on the wall, because I am nosy and I like to know what's going on. So if I could be
Wait, say that again. If you could, what?
a fly on the wall, and listen in on situations, then you can be, they always say there's your side, their side, and the truth. So if I was a
Yeah.
fly on the wall,
Get in here.
I'd know the truth. Come in here. Come on.
Bro, I got empty mics, man. You just out there supporting, you're not going to come in. All right. I think it's some legal stuff. Well, what the hell? No. And the one dude that wants to come on, I'm like, he's always on. And I'm like, no. But, all right. So, and you're with your girls, right?
Yeah.
Are you the driver?
Yeah.
Driver's ed, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to small talk here.
They still got lots of time. I got lots of time.
You want to tell Ray that Ray, his name's Ray. You too. Yeah, you're on too. No, Ray knows who Ray is. Tell Ray he's coming. What's your biggest goals right now?
My biggest goals are to get my charting done on time.
Get your what?
Charting.
What is charting?
So I am a certified peer recovery specialist. So I work with people in recovery, and that involves keeping documentation. So I just want to
So
get better.
get a little bit closer to your mic and tell me, because We'll Work for Recovery has peer recovery specialists here.
Mhm.
We're the world's largest RCO. We have the highest attendance
What
of
is RCO?
recovery community organization.
Okay.
Brad, to be invisible. Yeah. That's a great one. Yeah. Everyone tells us about their superpowers. So what made you become a peer recovery specialist?
That was something I always wanted to do, was serve others that are struggling. So I was one of those people that was blessed with friends and family that could help me, especially financially, when I wasn't in a place to help myself. And there's a lot of people that don't have that. And so I wanted to be able to, when I was in a sound place mentally and in my sobriety, be able to help others that don't have family there. So,
Right.
yeah.
So like what it says, a peer recovery specialist, but you're like a resource center yourself, right?
Yeah,
Like you help people get connected and
absolutely. Yep. Get them set up for SNAP benefits, WIC.
do you do the
SSI,
paperwork for them or
GA.
do you show them how to do it themselves?
So I assist them with the paperwork. And so that might be helping them get the transportation to where they need to go. And if they have paperwork they bring back and, you know, they're not sure how to fill it out, I'll be there with them, kind of guiding them through what to do. So we don't do anything for them, thankfully, because like that's something I love, is teaching people how to be adults. And because it is learning how to adult again. That's definitely what it felt
Right.
like for me.
Right.
So yeah,
All right. And then you said a fly on the wall.
yeah,
Fly on the wall.
would be my superpower.
All right. So anything else that we didn't touch on, but you'll be back on as a full guest that
Yeah.
you'd like to share real quick before you get the boot?
Yes. Well, attitude for gratitude. I'm very grateful for this podcast and that this exists and that you have this going on, because I think this is going to help and touch a lot of people. So I'm excited to come back, and I'm excited to share this podcast with people I know and tell them that they should listen,
Thank you.
because you're the bomb.
Ah,
.com.
yeah, you know what? Like my ego's. I appreciate you. Serious. Thank you so much for following through. I appreciate it.
Thank
All right.
you.
Find someone, get someone on here. It's your job now to fill your seat. I know. So thank you. Big time. I know you. You've been on. Who are you, young? Oh, wait. Who are you?
I'm Darren.
Darren, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How many times you been to Will Work for Recovery?
14.
Damn, people know how many times. That one person was like, this is my 15th time. Do you remember the first time you came?
Yes, it was like 3 Fridays ago. Just showed up.
Oh, and you've been just continuously
Yep.
coming.
3 times a week I come here now.
Do you remember, was it on a Monday?
It was a Friday night.
So it was a busy night.
Yep.
Explain this place to someone who hasn't been here.
It's your most unorthodox meeting, but yet most informational, down to earth meeting you'll ever come to or get together that I can explain to you. It's not that cut and dry, sit down, circle up, everybody talks like about whatever. It's an open topic. You come in here, you got something in your mind, you got to get it off. Guarantee you're going to find somebody here that's had the same problem, going through the problem in their own deal, and can get you through it.
I couldn't disagree at all with that.
Are you having a problem over there with your guy there?
No, I'm having fun. I got all excited waving to people through the glass and I started knocking stuff off. And so this is the most unconventional show, part-time, whatever. It's the Friday night, like free for all stuff. And belly up, brother.
Even during like the week times, though, even you got the structured men's group here, it's still an open.
That's on Wednesdays at 5:00.
Yeah, Wednesdays at 5.
And you've been to it.
Yep. And you come in here and it's still the same. It's everybody kind of opens up, says their name, and then all of a sudden it's like, topic after topic, and then kind of go from there and talk about everything else across the board, what you're going through, your struggles, what you're grateful about, what you're not, what need a job, need anything. Like there's 35 resources. Every last time I was here, I walked in here just kind of bummed out because everything going on a new way. And I just opened up and all of a sudden it was like one after another, bam, 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 bam. And all of a sudden I walked out and I got work next week.
Oh,
Whatever.
wow.
So it's just like, a closed mouth don't get fed is what I was told one time. So I was like, I just opened up and like, you might, you know, something about us inside your secrets will keep you, will hold you prisoner. A little nervous because I'm on camera. I don't know why.
You're not on camera. I have it on him, not you.
Okay, thanks for
Get out of
letting
your
me.
head.
That'd be great.
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
you know, you see a point right at
yeah,
you.
I can walk around a room all day long and talk about this, but when I got to do it with the camera, I get a little gun shy, but not really.
You know, here you go. I'll make it a little easier.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go. But it's like this. Like the 5 o'clock men's meeting, in the 5 o'clock women's meeting, I've yet to attend the women's meeting because I'm not a woman, but a guy named Sheldon coined the 5 o'clock men's meeting crosstalk at 5 o'clock. And it's because it's not a conventional meeting. It is a group of guys that sit here and hold each other accountable. And also it is a resource meeting. I'm glad to hear you share your experience with that. But the biggest part I think here at Will Work is the part where you shared closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah, it's most definitely. You gotta open up. The crosstalk, I always wanted that because I kind of missed that first part there, which makes a lot of sense because you know you go around and talk and you're done. You're normally like, shoot, I got more to add. Well, now in the crosstalk, you can just hey,
Yeah.
you said something really good. And I can dovetail off that and whatever else. And that's where it comes from. That's where that closed mouth, like as much as you don't want to talk, it comes out. And you know, I think one of the guys there said the other day, we had, you know, you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable again.
Yeah.
And so
The name of this place is called Will Work for Recovery. And hence the name is, we don't have a phone list here. There aren't phone lists. And it's not like, well, we make you work for it. Before every meeting starts, we don't progress on with the meeting until everyone has a ride home. We had 100+ people in the meeting tonight, and we started with who needs a ride home. Meeting didn't start until we figured out how to get everyone home. I think there was 4 people that needed rides, but every meeting that takes place here, that's how we started. And that's what we do is we talk and we make sure people are showing up for others. But on that other hand is like, go get some phone numbers, go speak up, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You shared it. The girl who was on here earlier just was sharing about that too. That's a big part to this place. What's been some of the biggest struggles for you in your recovery so far?
Being able to open up, be honest with myself, to get honest with others. You know what I mean? Like if I can't open up to myself and be honest, like, hey, here's my problem, here's my struggle for the day. I'll bury that down and put that in that little box I call Pandora's box.
Right.
I'll keep those observations. Like that's what I opened up when I came back in here. You know, I've got the little time, I had some time on my belt, and then I went out and did more research, came back to it. But I knew, like I called it Pandora's box, set aside last time. I was like, I'll deal with that later. That's a tomorrow problem. And then that tomorrow problem came out, and I dealt with my own way. Now I'm dealing with the right way, the proper way. And getting honest with myself that, I got to open up. Can't just keep that down there. And so it's one of those like, that's
all right. I get it. So young man, I know who you are. What is your name? No, what is your name?
I'm Ray.
Ray, welcome back to the show.
Okay.
I know. Oh, we don't get to hear you if I don't have you muted.
Okay.
All right. And camera's all jiggity jaggedy. You got a few days in the program, don't you?
Yeah.
How much time is under your belt?
I sobered up April 19th, 1977.
Boys, 1977. 77. That's 47 years.
Yes, that's right.
Wow, I did my math that quick. Unfortunately, I utilized it towards the year I was born and added a few numbers, blah, blah, blah. Do you remember what some of the biggest hurdles in your recovery were?
Most men are more afraid of public speaking than they are of death.
Is this something you're making up or is it
No,
something
I
after?
heard that was true.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Not making you
Because,
prove the source, but just wondering.
Okay, when I first sobered up, I was sober a year, and then they made me squad leader for the next year. So that meant I had to go in front of people and MC the open meeting. An open meeting is where you have a speaker and you have an MC doing.
You're getting really involved and you have to speak in front of everyone,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
You go to Fridley Island quite a bit, correct?
Yes, I do.
And you fellowship there quite a bit as well.
Yeah, I do.
What does fellowship mean?
Friends who can help you.
When you're there playing cards, can anyone just come sit down and join you?
No, not really. It's a pretty complicated game, pinochle.
Oh, I mean, because they might not know how to play, but
Yeah.
anyone can come join you, right?
Yeah, we'd teach them if they want to learn.
Yeah. I guess I posed the question incorrectly, but what would your suggestion to a newcomer? What's one of the first things you'd say to a newcomer walking in the rooms?
We are not a glum lot. So you have to seek fun. You have to in the big book, they have a whole chapter that's called Into Action. So we have to learn to get into action for ourselves.
Like I said, we're not a glum lot. How you started that first. How long into recovery did it take for you to realize that this could be fun?
Let's see. When I started going out to sober clubs, we used to have a lot of sober clubs
Mhm.
back in the day,
Yep.
you know, like the Alternative, Sam's Club, all those, the Dry Dock, all those places to go to. And I went out and had fun and danced. And,
Like in your first
Had a good
year,
time.
second year, third
oh,
year?
those were 10 years,
Okay.
around 10 years of sobriety.
Yeah, buddy. We get old timers and new timers. Young man, who are you? Get as close to that mic as you're comfortable.
Hello, Paul.
Don't touch the mic though. You see a big sign in front of you? No, you're good. It'll fall out. My mics aren't the best. So that's why I say get as close as you can. So what's your name?
My name is Paul.
Welcome to the show, Paul. How long have you been in recovery?
I've been in recovery for
Get close to that mic.
I've been in recovery for a year and a half now.
Put your headphones on if you don't mind.
Oh,
Because you'll be able
What
to
is
tell.
this?
You'll be able to tell that you can't.
what you call headphones?
You call them what you want, but I need you close to that mic because my people out there. People out there can't hear you. People out in the world of listening to us can't hear you. So, how many you been to Will Work for Recovery? Quite a bit.
Yes,
There
Yes,
you,
I have.
There you go. Do you remember the first time you came in? What was that like?
I was very well. Wow, this is very colorful. There's a lot of props everywhere. It reminded me of a Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe.
Yes, back in the old days where they had all the cars in there from Ghostbusters, Batman.
Yeah, neon lights, everything.
Yes.
What's been some of the biggest hurdles in your recovery?
Limitations.
Limitations. How have you gotten over them, or how are you combating them?
I'm combating them by. What's that?
Couldn't hear your voice. Yeah,
Oh, you can't hear my voice?
yeah. You
How about now?
There you go. Yeah,
All right, this close. Okay.
yeah.
Well, hello, everyone.
I know. I how many times I've yelled at someone and then it's uncomfortable. If I'm like, get closer. I got to get better, Mike. Sorry, bro. So, what's the biggest hurdles that you've had to hurdle, and how have you gotten over them? Or how are you
I
getting over them?
actually would like to comment. What's your name?
Ray.
Ray. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you that we're men that are actually very anxious. I'm not anxious. I mean, we're very shy in public.
Oh, yeah. See ya. Yeah. Sorry.
So when we speak out, this is what I'm trying to say.
Public speaking is a tough
Public
one.
speaking is very tough one, especially nowadays in modern day society.
All right. So, back to the question.
Yes, sir.
Biggest hurdles. How'd you get over them, or how are you getting over them?
By going to meetings and groups and reading the big book.
What do you do with? Do you set goals?
Yes.
What are some of your best goals or biggest goals that you're setting?
Things are not what they appear to be, nor are they otherwise.
What's that?
It's a saying of literature.
Okay. So do you set goals daily, or
Yes.
do you write them
Goals
down?
Yes, I write them down.
All right. You know what? We're gonna ask some of these questions that got typed in and printed in and brought to us.
Wow.
Here we go. What motivates you the most?
What motivates me the most is my creativity.
Your creativity. Ray, what motivates you the most?
God.
God. Young man, what motivates you the most?
The will to stay clean.
What are you doing to stay clean?
Being honest, coming to meetings.
What do you tell to someone who's struggling? If they come to you and say, hey man, I want to use today, what do you say?
Sit down. Let's talk. It's one of those that's, there's a trigger, there's a reason, there's something that's going on that you're running back to your safe zone, to what you think is safe to go using again. So let's get it out. Let's get in the open. If you talk about it, we can talk about it and we can work you through it.
How do you deal with stress?
Thanks for that. I just watched my eyes roll. Terribly. To be honest, yeah, it's terrible. I just bottle it up and used to push it down. Now it's coming one of those I'm slowly learning how to deal with the stress of just, if it's take deep breaths or if it's that simple, just it'll pass, it'll go, let go and let God kind of deal sometimes.
How do you get now, Jalissa, if I'm correct here, because I tell people I'm speaking to one of our listeners, but I tell people, hey, if you have questions, send them in. I'll try to address them. And this one says, how did you get to that thought process? Nothing as is. And how has that changed your life? So because I keep moving on so fast with questions, I'm not sure the what she's referring to on that one. So Jalissa, go ahead.
I think it was your statement you said, oh shoot, I hit the cord. Your statement you said about it isn't what it is, your quote or whatever else is what she's commenting on there.
What was your quote again?
It is. Things are not what they appear to be, nor are they otherwise.
Nor are they otherwise. What's your take on that?
That what you think it is, what you see is really, obviously it's not what it is. And it's not what as you say, it's not what it is, what you think it is. It's definitely something totally different. The way I see a flower in the way you see a flower picture, like I see it one way, but yet you see it a totally different way. And that's just a different brain center of our brains. And I use my hands a lot when I talk to you guys. Sorry on the podcast. That's the way that's the way it comes to like an art picture. You look at it, I see it one way, I see something else, you see the other way, but we both see what it's not. Or kind of deal like it's not what it is to both of us, but it's not what it is.
Yes.
So that's one of those things.
Yeah, I remember that quote because I in high school there were in language arts class. I had a humanitarian class where
it's on my head.
Anyhow,
yeah.
No. So we're anyhow, there was a poster with a cat inside of a cage, even though that it looked like the cat was inside of the cage, but the bird was in the cage.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. What's your best tools that you use in your recovery?
Humor.
Explain. Give an example.
Impressions.
Like, give an example. I'm gonna be a jerk. No one-word answers on the podcast.
There it is. That's
no one-word answers.
Maybe later. But I do draw in art. Actually, creative write as well.
Let's ask, what tools do you use? Like
tools. Yes. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
I'm recently learning MRT, mind recognitive therapy.
MRT, mind recognitive therapy.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a
Help in remembering.
Yeah, help you remember. It's a treatment program. Where I'm actually going to shout out to Twin Cities Wellness Center and Recovery Gym.
Oh yeah.
They've been very, very awesome. Introducing me into that program with the 12 steps and working with just a packet. I'm learning just by step one, learning is so much that I wouldn't have not even figured out what kind of a person I am and what flaws I have. Just right away, just in page one for step one, not page, chapter 17, excuse me. Just learning so much that I have not even thought of. How my gift of empathy actually is my Achilles heel.
I understand that. I get that. Sometimes it can be something that people take advantage of.
Yeah.
Big time. Ray, what's oh wait, where are we at there? There we go. If I use my remote, like I have a remote control that'll turn this, but
It doesn't work very well.
no, it works really well, but while I'm doing this, audience doesn't hear us. Like if
Oh,
for some
okay.
reason it mutes out, I
Oh,
guess.
that's okay.
All
No, it's not okay. I need them to hear you guys. We need to hear about a solution here.
Yeah.
No, we got the robots in here.
I try to talk the solution. So
What does that mean to you?
what does that mean to me?
Yeah.
Not dwelling on the future or the past, being present in the moment and taking on today's problem.
Exactly.
How would you describe yourself right now, Ray? How would you describe yourself to the world?
Okay, well, I still have problems. I have mental illness and I have diabetes and I have high cholesterol and I have high blood pressure, all that stuff.
So,
So
pretty
for
much.
me, I have to accept those things and try and live a fun, good life anyway. Despite myself.
Right.
Despite yourself. We
Yeah.
had someone come on recently saying, like, despite myself, I'm able to do things today, but myself was the reason I wasn't before. So self can change,
Yes.
but one has to work on it. I guess
Okay.
someone told me that we do have sound when I'm moving the mic. My
Oh, there you
faithful
go.
listener, Jalissa, she's a beast. All right, let's get over here to the left. I love it. I love this. I feel like I'm cheating, and now I've moved it so much that I'm off centered.
Imagine if you got 2 cameras.
I do. I have got 3 set up, ready to
Oh.
go. We're gonna have a TV over here. Blah blah. I just got a producer involved a couple weeks ago, so we're getting there. Name of the show is called Attitude for Gratitude. Tell me about your gratitude.
I came in prepared for that question. Now I lost it. So,
Sorry?
Where's your cheat sheet?
yeah. This will work for recovery building. Honestly, I'm grateful for. I mean, it's been one of those things that is. I come here, like I said, 3 times a week now, and that's what I'm grateful for.
Would you be willing to come back on as a full guest for the whole show?
Yep, I was
Honor.
actually going to sign up on your board out there.
Yep. We're out a few months right now, but I'm not sure how this Friday thing's gonna go. Like tonight, I mean, look out there, man. I don't have a ton of people waiting to get on the show, so I'm not sure if Fridays are gonna work this way. The last Friday of every month might open up to scheduling guests, or maybe scheduling 2 guests and having 1 open chair. We're still figuring out some fine tuning some stuff, but look, man, I don't have a bunch of people waiting to get on tonight. Everyone throughout the week's like, I want on, and where you at?
No.
Well, I could kill up the rest of the hour with you here, but my ride says it's time to
No,
go.
it's all good. That's you're all good with that, brother. So if you had any superpower, what would it be?
I heard the last one too, and I heard your kind
You-
of.
hey,
I
whatever.
would like to be from the movie Looper, where you can just kind of jump
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
station
So-
to state,
There, we had this come up about a year and a half ago.
but you can't change just yeah.
No, my question is this: is transportation the same? I mean, if you could transport, that's looping, right? Or no, you're talking about the one with Bruce Willis, Looper.
Yes.
I think it's
Yeah,
yeah.
with Bruce
I'm thinking of
Yeah.
Jumper. I'm
Yep,
thinking of
yeah.
movie Jumper.
So yeah, I
So
think that
is
one.
that going back in time?
Yeah, he goes back in time to find himself.
Yeah. Well, they go. Yeah, they smoke people from whatever the
Yeah.
past, and then yeah. So Looper.
All right. Yep.
Looper.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on the
Yes,
show,
sir.
brother.
I got some more questions for you when we do our one-on-one or like
Good.
our deal
No,
because I
that-
got
Yeah,
Bunch of
bro,
those
get
too.
them prepared. Write them down.
oh I got them out there and there. So,
Yeah,
Get an agenda.
All right, my 2 young men here, and hey, thanks, serious brother. I appreciate you, man.
Good job.
Hey, here's a sugar. I don't know why. Oh, Mike. Oh, you know what? We're gonna cheat and use my little remote control again.
All
Look at
right.
this. Bada bing. Moving,
All right, it's working.
moving. All right, who did it? Camera winning. Thanks for conquering. That was all you, girl. Appreciate you out there in listening land. How would you describe yourself right now at this very moment in time?
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim.
Just learning myself, learning,
Rediscovering.
rediscovering. I would say Phoenix too.
Didn't you tell me you had an experience at a very young age? Wasn't that you in my car not too long ago? Tell me that first time you did some drugs was 7 years old.
Yes, just hanging out with a teenager, and at a trailer park, and oh hey look, it's a Ziploc bag of candy. Later finding out in life that was not candy;
What was it?
it was ecstasy.
So at 7 years old, you're out here spinning out on X, huh?
Yeah.
And did it stay going from there? Did you keep going using from there on in?
No, actually. I was though in the Ritalin program. I'd taken Ritalin, and I probably was tripping with that.
Mhm. I get it. Hey,
Yeah.
I get it. I come from a day when back in high school, that's what they gave me was Ritalin. Now it's called Adderall.
Yeah.
And then it's called meth. but whatever. Each
Yeah.
their own on that shit.
I honestly think that ecstasy was actually mixed with other drugs too. It could have been.
I know the ecstasy I ever did. I'm pretty sure there was acid involved because I didn't hear many people talking about tripping while taking X. But then I guess I did hear some. It doesn't matter. We don't need to spin out about that type of shit. I like this show being more solution based.
All right.
Right.
But interesting choice of description. What is a lot of info in one words? So I know, right? So what we're gonna do is let you get a chance. Ray, what would you like to talk about?
I would like to talk about self-control, being able to control yourself. In the Bible, it states it this way: greater is a man who conquers himself than one who conquers a city. So getting a good control of yourself will help you in every way to succeed in life.
And that comes from the big book.
Yeah.
The big book.
Yep.
Some call that the big book. I believe it's the Bible,
Yeah.
the gospel, the word. Oh, what? I know what you're gonna go grab. Go grab it. Yeah. Just go, you pitter patter.
Hurry up. Yeah.
Ray,
Yes, sir.
how would you describe yourself right now?
I'm very contented and feel good.
Riff a little bit. Tell us about that.
Rip a little bit. Talk.
Really, dude?
All right. Why I feel great is because I've learned to take care of myself. I've learned to ask for help and get help.
Mhm.
And, you know, I was raised with 4 older brothers, and they were teaching me how to be macho. You know, John Wayne, you know, don't cry, don't do this. If I cried, they'd beat me harder. So I had to learn not to cry. And I had to learn how to take care of myself in certain situations. Like I suffer from depression. So I was really depressed the other day and I put myself in the hospital. And it only took me like 5 days to recover from that. And I was talking to the shrink and she was going to make me stay for the weekend. I said, no, let's go back here. I'll give you, I live this sobriety based recovery and lifestyle. And in the big book, it states we must be rigorously honest. So we must be rigorously honest. I'm going to tell you right to your face that I am not going to hurt myself. So you can let me go freely and not have to worry about what I might do to wreck your day. So I just let her know that I won't do that. It will not bother me.
It's like fish and find out.
Yeah.
It's the Torah. The Torah in Aramaic. So,
Wow.
side note, a fella just brought me in the Torah in Aramaic. So it might as well be invisible, written in Chinese. Do you think I have a clue?
Can I tell you the beautiful thing about it though?
I would love for you to tell me the beautiful thing about
Yeah.
this.
I would
First, let's just show the audience here what we're running with here. This is the Torah in letters that look like this.
Aramaic, yep. And they say that, and I wish John could come in here and talk about it because he'd make a really good consultant. He knows his stuff. He knows way more than I do. But you know, when they say when you look at it, like even though you can't understand it, and when you scan it with your hand and with your eyes, it's like it downloads into your DNA. And you don't even have to know what it says. It's just so like when you hold it like this and you just run your hand over it, think of like a credit card, you know, how it picks up information.
Like Braille.
Yeah. And just looking at it and touching it it has healing properties. And
Who are you, by the way?
I'm Chucky.
Tell the mic.
Hi. Oh,
Or-
I thought you said you're Mike. I'm
no, I
sorry.
said to the mic, in the mic. Microphone?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Not to touch the
I have-
mic.
Okay, can I share my sober date?
Please do.
I got it on my hand.
Yeah.
It's February 25th of 2025.
That would be what, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah.
So you're
And-
running with about 48 hours? Off
Yeah,
what? Crack, meth, heroin, what?
no, it just weed.
You in here for weed?
I mean, like the thing is, you can still get in trouble with weed, especially with your family,
You're goddamn right you can.
you know, and your friends, and you can start losing stuff. And I've been losing stuff, and I just need to stop before I lose anything more. And I don't want to look back and say I wish I would have, I could have, would have, should have.
Yeah, hey, you're making the choice. I honor you for that, and I'm proud of you, Chucky.
I even got a soldier tonight too.
All right.
I'm gonna love you no matter what you do, so it doesn't matter. So
Thanks.
I'm
Thank
happy for you. Could
Thank
you do us a solid and bless the show tonight?
you. Absolutely.
Explain what you're gonna do and how you do it and what it is.
This is the shofar. This is the same trumpet that was used to take down the walls in Jericho. It's a biblical instrument. And when it's like God hears us right now, he hears us. But when he hears the sound of this, it opens up the heavens and it summons him. And he leans in because now we have his attention. Does that make sense?
100%, yeah.
So I'd like to open up the heavens and just pray that God will come and join us and touch everybody who can hear this. I pray that it'll help to bring you some kind of healing and comfort. And I'll do it in Hebrew first, and then I'll do it in English. But I like to do it in Hebrew because that's the language that Jesus did it, and it's the language that's in the Torah and the 5 books of Moses, and so
Pitter patter. Let's get at it. Come on, you're good, brother.
okay.
Here we go.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha Ya'er Adonai pinav elecha v'chunecha Yaseh Adonai pinav elecha v'yasem lecha Shalom. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he shine his face upon you and be gracious to you. And may he turn his face towards you and give you peace. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Bro, you hear that long part you got without the reefers? It's the longest pipe I've heard so far. Ever. It's like 38 seconds of straight, good, solid tone, brother.
It's like I want to wait till I even make my next batch. I want to.
Batch of what? What are you talking about?
I
I don't even know what you're talking about. Who are you and what do you do right here? What do you even do? Do you just show up and blow a horn or what do you do at this place?
Yeah.
No. No, what do you do here? What do you do?
Well, I have a soap factory, and I'm trying to, I want to see if maybe I could talk to Carolyn and see if maybe we could get a grant that we could pay people to make soap.
Yeah. So we kind of jumped a little bit there, but so you have a soap factory here and you
Yeah.
make soap.
Yeah.
What is this soap you make?
It's called the Armor of Yah. And the blessing that I just did in Hebrew, I say that I take cinnamon and oatmeal and I sprinkle that into the soap
Oh, I know what it is.
while I do the blessing. So I anoint the soap with the blessing that whoever receives it, I pray that whoever receives it, that they'll be touched by it. And
You pray into it, you pray over it, you pray on it and about it.
yeah, and I just pray that whoever uses it, that they'll feel the love and they'll feel the comfort, and that the message will uplift them, and that's what I'm going for. I just pray that whoever uses it, that they'll be uplifted and refreshed and comforted, and just know that they're loved and they're worthy and they matter. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Wash, rinse, repeat. We have another listener named Jennifer JK on here, and her sober date is the same as yours.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Same sober date, just different years, but same day.
That's crazy, because I was just talking to a friend of mine out in the hallway. I was talking to John. He said that's his dad's birthday also.
See how this works? It's all coming together.
Oh, and I got it. Just
Come on.
so I'm cleaning my dad's house because my dad died in 2016, but his wife, his third wife, my stepmom, she just died recently, and my brothers, my siblings and sisters were going through the house, and they found this coin that says Armor of Yah on it, which is the same name of the soap. So
Nice.
I'd love to show that to you. Well, I mean, it's just like God. I feel like, I don't know. I believe God's working his magic through all of us. And
Heck yeah, he is. God works in us and through us and to us. He won't put us through us till he get it to us. Listen here, guys. I love you all. And everyone who sits and supports the show and listens and puts questions out there. I appreciate all you. We got our A1s from day ones that are on here. We got a lot of people that support the show and a lot of people that re-listen to the show over this next few days. We're getting the audience member listening ship is getting back up over 1,000 for the first 3 days, which is pretty huge. That's pretty amazing.
It's great.
So with that, anyone out there listening, like, it's interactive. If there's ideas you have for the show or a direction you want to see the show going or anything idea wise, like you see my number scrolling across the bottom, you know how you're finding us and watching the show, listening to the show, post it, like reach out to me, wwfr.org. And also with the center, like we run on donations. So if you're financially in a position to be able to donate, please do, or come on down and donate some time. This place helped save my life. I donate. I don't know. It's just like my church in a way, but it is what it is. And if you're able to help out, please help out. So there is, again, meetings every night of the week here. There is a structured meeting every morning at 6:30 a.m. Wednesdays, you've heard us talk about the Wednesday 5 o'clock crosstalk at 5 o'clock. There's a lot that's happening down here and a lot that's going to be happening. We always start with big events. But you got to speak up. You want to take a picture of me? I got someone out there trying to talk to me, and I have no clue what he's saying. I don't know sign language. I just don't know sign language, bro. Like, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, here. You guys want to see my pretty face? That's what he meant. So we are doing a podcast. So usually people would mute their phones before they come in, but I guess if you're Chucky the Soap Man, you don't have to worry about
I'm
that.
sorry, it's Paul calling.
I don't care. Tell Paul we're in the middle of a show. Paul, quit calling. So here's the thing, dude. Come on, go out there, talk to him. You're good. Yeah.
Sorry.
Got to take the headphones off. It's fun. I get to be an a-hole to my friends that I love. Paul called me while I'm in the middle of the show, asked me to go unlock a door, so it's all good, dude.
Not
Like it's all good. It
Not
is
this
what
one
it
over
is.
here.
No. Paul,
He
the
knows
center guy. So what we're gonna do is start wrapping this show up. We don't have a line of people waiting to come on in, and that's okay. We're gonna start. I don't know. We're looking for ideas on what to do on the last Friday of the month, and I don't know. Otherwise, I can schedule guests or whatever the case is, make it longer. I want to beat myself up and say like, well, I didn't go fast enough with the first 3 guests. I should have booed them quicker, but that wasn't the case because anyone who was out there wanted on, they had a chance to come on. So
Yeah.
it is what it is at this point. We'll figure it out moving forward.
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah. We got one more thing. I said about impressions. Here comes one. All right.
I approve this message.
You know what? So, Ray,
Yes, sir.
name of the show is Attitude for Gratitude. Tell me about your gratitude.
My gratitude.
It was good, dude. You're good. I'll give you balls, man. I just bust your balls. You're fine. It's all good.
I know.
You're all good.
My gratitude is kind of overwhelming me because I feel good inside, and I don't have to have like a woman make me feel good or anything else make me feel good. I just naturally feel good now. So that's my gratitude. I'm grateful for that because sometimes I can just
Set it
feel
down.
such psychological pain. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and we did talk about mental health, and the people out there, I say it at the beginning of the show, and I will say it at the very end, is like mental health is a real thing. Please don't be ashamed of your mental health or whatever you have going on, and please have it addressed. Please see a doctor or go. Don't shy away from it.
I don't know. I don't know if I ever told you this or not, but I've been institutionalized several times, and it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Somebody get this straight jacket.
They even took my tennis or my laces away from
And
me.
they're
They do that. Yeah, they do that. But no, I'm glad to hear you share about that, Ray. Earlier when you opened up about the things, when you said describe yourself and you talked about your history a little bit, because we don't shy away from our past. It's not, my past doesn't define who I am today, but it's part of what made me who I am today, and I get to learn from it. That's my story. Chucky, the name of the show is Attitude for Gratitude. Tell me about your gratitude.
I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful to be here, to be on the show, to be surrounded by people that are people who are improving themselves. I'm grateful to have a God in my life, to God and my family
question for you.
and my friends and neighbors, and I'm grateful that for the most part, I'm healthy.
Ray has a question for you.
Oh yeah,
Yes. How do you feel about Yeshua and Jesus?
I love Yeshua and Jesus.
I thought they're one and the same.
person,
It's the
right?
same thing. Yeah, I refer to Yeshua. Did you know that the name Yeshua in Hebrew means salvation? So in His name alone, there's salvation. But I do refer to Yeshua as, a lot of times people don't know. So like I'll say Yeshua Jesus, and they'll be, isn't that the same? And I'm like, yeah, I just like to cover my bases.
Well, I'm kind of offended by those who say the name that's above all other names, and they say Jesus. Well, the name that's above all other names should be Yeshua.
Yeshua, and it's also, some people pronounce it Yahushua. And I know some people that they won't say Jesus, they won't say it.
Well, we're gonna do this. Why wouldn't I say it's God?
Yeah, yeah.
Serious. Based on what you just said, Ray, why wouldn't you be offended if they didn't say God? I thought God's at the very top.
He's Yahweh then.
Okay.
Yahweh, yeah. Actually, Yahweh is
About that.
on the soap. It says Yahweh on it in Paleo Hebrew.
But then at what point are you just getting into semantics and you're talking about all
Yeah.
the same name? And if we're letting something offend us, it is what it is. Each their own. It's just like your recovery. If you're not doing your recovery the way I like, then I need to go look in the
So-
mirror.
yeah,
That's my story.
and the beautiful thing is, when you look at it in Hebrew, it's like, I don't know how. It's like God knows our hearts, number one, and number two, it's spelled like Yahweh, for instance, like can be like Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yahuwah. I think I might have said that one. But here's the beautiful thing: no matter how you say it, it's all spelt the same way. It's got the same vowels, Yud He Vav He, in Hebrew, or Yud He Wah He. It's semantics again. But I'm sorry, were you going to say something? I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I actually think there was a verse. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I may be wrong. 90% I'm always 90% I'm wrong.
Me too.
Someone told me that the first time when you wake up in the morning, you actually say his name.
Yeah, there's a prayer in Hebrew, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Sov Le'olam Vayed. That's what we're supposed to say that 3 days or 3 times a day. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Blessed be he and his glorious kingdom forever. And that's the prayer that we're supposed to say every morning and afternoon and evening, and it's when the disciples asked, I think, Jesus what the most important prayer is, and he said, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. But God knows our heart, whether we call him Jesus or Yeshua or Yahushua. He knows.
What about Alpha and Omega?
Oh, the Alpha and Omega too. Yeah.
So here, listen, okay, I get it out there and listening land, and I'm sorry. Here's the thing is each their own. If you see it one way, I'm okay with you. I love you regardless. Like, that's what my faith tells me, is I'm going to love you however you see things. And again, if I have a problem with the way you're doing your recovery, I better go buy a mirror. If I have a problem with the way you're doing your spiritual walk, then I've got a problem with my own. And this is for me speaking about me, is if I'm talking about the way you're doing your life, I need to go get a fucking mirror, because it's not my business to talk to you about the way you're doing your life unless you ask me.
Yeah.
That's where I stand on this. What's up?
Did you just use the F word?
What's your gratitude look like?
My gratitude?
Yeah.
What am I gratitude for today?
Yeah.
I am grateful for being live, learning a wisdom, the love and care, and I'm just very thankful for the people that I'm with in recovery right now, and the people that I'm surrounded by. I live at BSM. A shout out to them. The Sober House. Matt, you're awesome house manager. Carl. Just you guys are freaking awesome. But yeah, like again, I said, I'm learning so much about myself and what's going on. I'm good now. Oh, okay. I'm okay. I'm grateful for Brookdale Covenant Church, and I'm also grateful for Serenity Village. So shout out to Pastor Jeff. I'm just very grateful for the people that are helping me in recovery.
Oh yeah, it's a good thing to be able to find our gratitude. Yep. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, so that's a tough one.
Out of left field, baby.
Well, so I this is actually quite funny. So there's a movie about me.
Prove it.
Yes, it's with Simon Pegg.
Okay, which movie are we talking?
Paul, the alien. Gotcha. That's me.
That's good. Who?
No.
Do you need a ride?
Yeah.
Chucky's your ride. Okay, go get your dog. Come back. All right, brother.
But honestly, lightning manipulation.
Light manipulation?
Electricity. Yeah.
Magneto? That's metal.
That's Storm.
Magnetic.
So you're storming.
I'm storming.
What's your superpower? I think I've asked you this, but what was it?
I don't know, but I can think of one now, being Charles Xavier and being
Yeah.
able to mind control people.
Oh,
What he
yeah.
said to Wolverine one time is, listen, if you mess with me, I'll have the girls curl your hair and you'll think you're a 10-year-old girl for the rest of the day.
I think Hugh Jackman would like that too much.
Oh, Hugh Jackman. Have you guys seen more? What is it, movie 42? Or is it movie 40? Yeah, movie 42. If you haven't seen it, check it out and watch the role Hugh Jackman plays.
Isn't that the movie with a whole bunch of short films?
Yes. And it is a movie I recommend to anyone
Yes.
out there who has a sense of humor. And there are big Halle Berry, Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet, Chris Pratt, whoever his wife was at the time. She does a lot of comedy.
At the time.
Lev something. Dude, there's so many big names in this. I know we have some listeners right now who I recommended the show to, and they watched it, and I got calls throughout the movie like, "Oh my God, Tim, what do you got me watching?" So if you haven't seen it, check it out. But just check out the Hugh Jackman spot on this movie. You'll never believe it. What else? What have I missed?
Your superpower.
Yes.
I think flying. I'd like to fly.
Yeah.
I'd like to fly. I'd like to fly. I would like to fly. So, all right, we're gonna get to wrapping up here, baby.
All right.
Yep.
So, bada bing. We've talked about a lot of things out here tonight, and one was me knowing how to echo. All right, that's enough of that, Jazz. I like having fun with my buttons. So let's see if I got muted out here. I know we went short tonight, but it's just the guest situation. You know what it is. But we had Chucky on, the Soap of Hope man. We're at Will Work for Recovery, 4206 or 4026 Washington North. I'm still getting this down from the move, and I still sometimes say the old address, but 4026 North Washington. Go around back. Eventually, we'll have the front door up and running, but a lot of things will be happening here soon. It's same as the old center and some. We have a lot more stuff going on. It's 2-3 times the size of the old center. We've got multiple little prayer rooms and breakout rooms. We got the big center that can hold 100+ people. We got this. I mean, come on, like the podcast studio. And we're going to incorporate probably a Wednesday night show. We're just not sure what that's going to look like yet, but the studio's built being used one night of the week. So anyone out there looking to do something with a studio, reach out. Like I said, Wednesday nights, Jake M is who is celebrating. You know what? Congratulations, Jake. I think you're celebrating 4 years today. He's the one who did a lot of the Free for All Fridays at the old center. The other co-host, but he'll probably be taking on a Wednesday role of starting a new show. Not sure what that's going to look like. I kind of put the ball in his court and just said, run with it. Whatever your ideas are, I'll support it. He's got some really good ideas. I don't want to steal any of his thunder, so we're going to wait until he puts something on paper for me to start sharing with you guys about it. But if you're out there struggling tonight, please reach out. You're worth this life. If no one's told you, you're loved. You're worth it. Like, we've talked about some pretty heavy shit tonight, and mental health was a big one that came up a few times. And if you are struggling with it, please reach out. There is help out here for you. Come in here, get plugged in. We had a peer recovery specialist on earlier who's talking about helping her girls fill out paperwork for medical insurance and things of that nature. So there are resources. We are the world's largest RCO. That's a huge thing. We're the world's largest RCO here at Will Work for Recovery. So come check us out. Come get involved. Come be part of the solution, because that's what we get to do today. And you're loved. Like I said, you're worth this life. No one's told you that. You got me telling you. I love you. Till next Friday, where we have Donnie and his wife and newborn on the show next week. Till then, love you. Bye.